Hey, I'm Michael Janda. Welcome back. We are going to talk in this video about what to do and what to think when you have an unhappy customer. Client has a bad experience with you. This video came from a prompt from somebody in my Instagram community who reached out to me. They had just had a bad client experience. Client was disappointed in the work. Something went awry, and they said to me, "Hey, Michael, is that okay? I mean, having bad clients on us. My intention is to always please everyone." And that was my intention too. At my agency, I always wanted to please everyone. In fact, most creatives that I work with are people pleasers. We just want people to be happy. We want people to like the work that we produce. We want them to like the experience of working with us. That's our goal. That's how we're built. That's what we want. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes the client is going to be disappointed for one reason or another. It might be your fault. It might not be your fault. It might be some external something. It might be the client's fault. But for some reason, somebody is going to be disappointed when they work with you. It is inevitable. Let's look at a couple of examples of some big companies and some of the experiences they had in not keeping their customers happy. We could find a lot of these, but I'm just going to give you three that we can chew on here. All right, 2018, July, Amazon, the mega e-commerce destination of all the world, launched their Amazon Prime Day, their biggest sale event of the year, and the site crashed, delivering millions of customers to error messages. Just 10 minutes into Prime Day. Totally disappointing. Now, Amazon, with all their resources and all their cloud services, they failed to keep their site live on that day and had to restore things. And I don't know how they got it back up, but I'm sure some people were freaking out. So Amazon couldn't keep all their customers happy all the time. Let's look at another example. The Plaza Hotel in New York City. This is one of the hotels that's like a destination hotel, a dream. I want to stay at the Plaza. That's the mindset some people have. It costs $800 a night on a normal night at the Plaza Hotel. And on Google reviews, they have 6,645 reviews. 2% of the reviews are one-star reviews. Let's read this one. No security, not a safe place for children, lacks hospitality. The general manager lacks compassion. Front desk manager is equally as rude and will not try to please. Do not stay here. It is overpriced and you will be disappointed. That's the review that was on a Google review. 2% of them are one-star reviews, and this is one of the hotels in the world that wants to be one of the great hotels in the world, and they can't please everyone every time. Let's look at one more example. In February 2019, Zion Williamson was one of the greatest college players in all the land, revered for his athleticism, his ability on the court.
Barrett lays it up. Williamson throws it down. Williamson.
And he was wearing Nike shoes, and he had a sharp pivot, and all of a sudden, the side of his shoe blew out.
Well, and actually Duke, the better offensive rebounding team. Usually that's the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Slipping and injured is Zion Williamson.
I mean, his shoe blew apart. Zion Williamson going out. And I can never, you've seen a player fall out of his shoe, have a shoe fall off. You've never seen a shoe. That's unbelievable.
He broke his shoe with his own foot.
And his foot goes flying out of the shoe, and he sprained his knee, and he left the court. And this was a Nike shoe. Right there on national television with one of the greatest college basketball players to ever play, honestly, but especially during that era. Now, what happened to Nike's business as a result of this massive customer mishap? Nothing. They still went on to sell millions and millions of shoes. They still went on to be revered in the shoe brand world. nothing happened to Nike's business. They got some free publicity out of it, but it was a bad customer experience on national television, and it did not destroy their business. In fact, a few months later, I think it was in July, Zion Williamson signed a $75 million sneaker deal with Nike. So even Zion, who sprained his knee, signed with Nike later. So they were actually able to retain him as a customer. All right, so here's the takeaways on these three different situations. Amazon still has millions of happy customers and billions of dollars in sales, even though their site crashed on their biggest sale event of that year. The Plaza Hotel, 2% one-star reviews, but it's still in business with full rooms, charging a lot of money for a room, and they're still going good, even though they have 2% bad reviews on Google reviews. Nike still sells millions and millions of shoes and billions of dollars of revenue and is still the shoe brand to beat in the world, even though they had customer mishap on national television with a megastar. Let me give you a couple of examples from my own life. We had a website that we did for a major consumer products company. It was a huge site. We were working on it for 6-7 months leading up to launch day, and it was ready, and we were excited, and we were going to launch this with the client, and everything had been going great. And then we launched it. The client sent out an email blast to their email list of 300,000 people, and the site crashed. And those people who got the email and clicked found the no website page, the generic page that says wasn't even a 404 error page. It was just the no site here page. So complete disaster, complete crash. And I was in New York at the time. The client was in New York, and we met with them the next day. And we sat in the office with the boss of the boss in a little conference room with them in Midtown Manhattan. And I put my tail between my legs and fessed up that this had been a major error. I apologized to the client. I told them that this was uncharacteristic of our agency, that we had been working hard on this and we thought everything was going to go great. It didn't. We're so sorry. We went all hands on deck to get it fixed. It was fixed within an hour or two of the time that it went down. We solved the problem. It won't happen again. And it's uncharacteristic of who we are as an agency. We want our clients to be happy, and we want to perform and do good quality work. Now, I expressed that to the client in a little bit more humble manner than I just did right here. And the client said, "We understand. It happens sometimes. We've been doing this a long time too." We rectified the situation here. And then we ended up working with this client for another year afterwards, supporting them through a retainer at our agency for a year beyond just this one incident. So we're able to solve that bad client experience, solve it through an apologetic tone and an effort to try and rectify the situation and help them know what our agency was really about, trying to keep our customers happy and provide good quality work. Let me give you another example. My book, Burn Your Portfolio, came out in 2013, and it has 77% 5-star reviews. Thank you to those of you that have read it and those of you that have reviewed it and given it a positive review. This review right here is from Kagan. I won't read the whole thing, but he says, "Every page in this book reminds me of myself and the decisions I made right or wrong over the past 16 years of my career as a graphic designer and business owner." Blah, blah, blah. We'll go down. He says this book is a must-read, not only for graphic designers with an entrepreneurial drive, but also for design students, teachers, creative professionals, and even clients who hire creative professionals. So that was Kagan's review. 5 stars, must read. Every section was great. And then I have this 1-star review. I have a bunch of these 1-star reviews. Well, not a bunch, but a handful of people that it just didn't resonate with them. And one of those people is John. 1 out of 5 stars. John gives my book. And I'm going to leave the typos in this because John has some typos as he's bashing my book. He doesn't even write his own review with good spelling. So I'll just leave that as it is for your consideration. But he says, this must be the disappointment of the year. I read through the book, R-E-D, by the way. I read through the book and I couldn't made it. He couldn't made it. In around a third, I just stopped and just listed it. Every section that looked promising, I read, R-E-D, then and again just shaked my head. I just shaked my head. I think it's shook, but I just shaked my head, he says. There are maybe 3 pages worth of reading in the whole book. Janda's advice is kind of obsolete. If you want to be an expert, I suggest you will be actually smarter if you not read this book. All right, well, I appreciate that feedback, John. Thank you for your honest opinion about my book. You may want to spell check things in the future, but that's that. The point of me showing you this is that to Kagan, my 5-star review, which I have a lot of them, a lot more than 1-star reviews, it was every page was good. To John, every page was, I just shaked my head, as he says. So you can't please everyone. Sometimes it's going to resonate with the person. Sometimes it's not. You are not built to please everyone. Some people just don't connect. It's just the nature of the world that we're in. Not everybody is aligned with everybody else. So you are going to have bad customer experiences where it just doesn't work out for some reason. Yours, the client's, some external reason. It's going to happen because you can't please everyone. It's impossible. All right, let's go on to some takeaways from this video. First, you will have unhappy clients experiences. Everyone does. Everyone does. I think I've hammered that home pretty much here in this video. Number 2, you cannot please everyone. Nobody can. I've also hammered that home in this video. How to treat it when it happens to you, because it inevitably will. Apologize. Express your intention to please your clients. That's your goal. You want to provide quality work. You want to provide a good customer experience, and you apologize when it doesn't happen. So you've expressed it. You've told your client that that's who we are. That's who we believe to be and we want to become. We are sorry that this happened. And that's all you can really do. And you can move on. And sometimes the client's going to go away and other times you're going to keep them. Next, no single unhappy client has enough influence to ruin your business. Move on. Now, I put this in here because one of the big fears when we have a bad customer experience is that the client is going to badmouth us and create damage to our business. That's our fear, that they're going to cause us some damage because they're out there badmouthing us. Now, no single person has enough influence to destroy your business, period. Nike had it on national television with one of the great college basketball players, and their shoe blew out, and they ended up signing him to a sneaker deal, and it didn't do any apparent damage to their business at all. People weren't like burning their Nike shoes after they saw that happen. It didn't happen. So no single incident and no single person has enough influence to destroy your business. So don't over worry about that. What you can do is learn from the experience, improve for the future, fix your systems and processes, adapt to the bad experience, write down what you learned, and write down what you're going to do to never have that happen again. And that's all you can really do. I built my agency on that. I built my agency on bad experience. What did I learn? What am I changing? Good experience. What did I learn? How do I replicate it? That was the process of creating systems for my business. And that's what you can do when you have these bad customer experiences. It will help you, it will refine your business and help you improve for the future. Okay, I hope this video helps you have some paradigm shifts and some understanding of what to do when a client is unhappy with their experience with you. It happens to everyone. It's happened to me. It's gonna happen to you. It's probably gonna happen to me again. It's probably gonna happen to you again. It is one of those inevitable things. You can't please everyone. You can try, and I do, but you're never gonna be able to be successful doing that because sometimes it just doesn't work out. Okay, thanks so much. We'll see you again sometime soon.